Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Prima donna girl, yeah. All I ever wanted was the world. I can't help that I need it all. The prima donna life, the rise and fall. You say that I'm
Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GAW Evolution. 2 weeks to go before Battle at Broadway. We have a special announcement coming at you tonight about that show as well. And of course, so much to figure out, including the status of Kaitlyn Dunlap and Yamamoto. Dunlap did challenge Moto for the title. And while Moto hasn't given an official answer, I think I'm pretty safe in assuming that she will accept that challenge. But Dunlap has to make it official, and she has to do it by beating the woman that she beat down last week. We saw last week that Kristin Sakamoto, while watching her sister Catherine challenge Moto for the Rise title, was assaulted by Dunlap backstage. So now she'll get an opportunity for revenge on that point, and also an opportunity to become the new #1 contender. So we've got a double up here for Kristin, but is she 100%? Dunlap obviously did a lot of damage with her attack last week. So if Kristin's 100%, she might have a chance. If she's not, then Kaitlyn Dunlap may very well have her way. And that is, I believe, the plan for Dunlap. And right now, Kristin just looks out of it. Dunlap taking full advantage. I appreciate that Kristin, not wearing any kind of tape or anything, trying to keep any potential injuries a secret from Dunlap. That's a great strategy in my opinion. But Kristin, maybe I understand that she wants to get herself fired up. It's a good strategy, but maybe not the best to utilize against Dunlap, knowing that you're not 100%. Only Kristin knows how she feels. Dunlap, standing moonsault on the outside. And again, another just kind of a workup here for Dunlap. Obviously, Kristin not 100%. She's gonna have to find a way to fight through this. I mean, she's tough. You know, given her background, her training, the MMA, stylings, and again, makes a huge mistake, allowing Kaitlyn Dunlap to get back in this match. Real mistake from Kristin, and I know that she has to get confident. She has to work her way back in. But you gotta be smart about what you're doing. And Dunlap, she is too motivated right now. Neck breaker, now Dunlap back into the ring. And Kristin just trying to shake the cobwebs off here. Dunlap's going to fly in. Missile drop kick, counter Kristin Sakamoto, but Dunlap able to fight up off her back. Sakamoto had sidestepped the incoming missile drop kick. There was just nothing to be done. Kaitlyn Dunlap is too good, and Kristin, I think, too unhealthy. And can we talk about the athleticism of Kaitlyn Dunlap? That's going to be a big story should she win this match and go on to face Yamamoto. Kristin back into the ring. Dunlap was waiting. Kristin trying to go low to the body. She does. Now Kristin gets her up under the shoulders, and it's a Death Valley driver. Kristin, it's her first real opportunity, and it's only a 1 count. Needs more to beat Dunlap, but a good start trying to get back into this match. Dunlap rolling soul butt. Caught Kristin right in the liver and collapses her no. What a hard kick from Kaitlyn Dunlap, and now Dunlap gonna take advantage. Reverse splash from Dunlap. And now look at this. Dunlap, she's got Kristin. She's got Kristin up. Kaitlyn Dunlap, kiss my boot. I'm sorry to say that for Kristin, she just wasn't healthy enough to deal with Kaitlyn Dunlap. You can say all you want, but Dunlap, she's at least smart, if nothing else. I don't respect her tactics. I don't think most people do, but she at least understands how to go out and win matches. And that's what she's done here today. So Kaitlyn Dunlap will face Rise champion Yamamoto in the Manhattan Center at Battle at Broadway beginning in 2 weeks.
Feel like I'm king of the pirate, give me the choice and I'm choosing the violence. I don't give a fuck if you like it, all of this blood.
Oh, look at this. It's Lancelot making his entrance. And I think there's no doubt what he's coming out here to do after Omega Woods came out last week to make one of the most impassioned speeches we've ever seen. I think Lancelot may very well be doing the same. 1996. 1996. I started my career in this business. And ever since then, I have loved every bit of it. I've loved and hated this, being in the ring, but I never lose my passion for it. So let me give you all something raw, something more like me, without the mind games, without all the lights and smoke, and without the armor I've built around myself. My name is Daniel Johnson. And before I switch on the real me, I'll say this the whitest way I can for all of you to understand me. I am the best motherfucking wrestler in this and any universe you will ever find. Santanico, Pandemonium, and Omega Woods. Believe it or not, those two are two of my closest friends and biggest rivals. They're the only men who hold a significant number of wins over me, and trust me, I'm no stranger to losing. You don't get 127 championships under your name without losing 126 of them. And these two lames right here, they've been with me for years, winning and losing the same titles I have. Santanico, you basically called me washed up. Funny. Omega said it best. You ain't got the best record against him, and you can add me to that list, son. You can add me to that list 2 times. No. Fucking 3, brother, because I have beat you in every company, and not just in matches, in titles, in Hall of Fames, in main events. Santani, bro, you beat me, sure, but for every win you get over the Crooked Kingsman, I done beat your sorry ass 15 more, bitch. I have been on top of this, what did Edge say? The mountain of omnipotence. I've been there all by myself, and every time you or Galahad even sniff the same air, I'm there to knock your bitch asses back to the bottom. Fuck is you talking about? I'm the king of Pandemonium. Shut up! Called me washed up, saying I'm making I-lost speeches. Well, what happens when you lose, huh? You leave. You go back into hiding. And what do? I come back better than I was, and I was already a god. And Omega, don't think I forgot about you. You, even before Santanico, were and always will be my brother, so don't be mad when I start shooting from the hip just like you did last week. So listen to me, Galahad. From Kingsman to Kingsman, you are the best after me. Until you beat me here in the most competitive company we have ever stepped foot in, I will not welcome you on this or even your own mountain of omnipotence. You want my boots? You're the killer of the underground, right? Well, come kill the king. Come kill the god. Prove to me that you are a non-believer. Prove to me and everyone in that locker room that your sad fucking performance against Sam Hunt wasn't your best. You both talk all this shit, but look what I did. scarred eye, broken body and all, and I took down the best free agent in the world with a move I don't even use. And you come back to struggle against Lee Carr later? Do better. And all you people here cheering me, cheering my passion, fuck you! I don't need the validation. Battle at Broadway, we are going to burn the Manhattan Center down, and out from the ashes, I'm going to stand, holding the championship I created. And under my feet will be the broken bodies of two of the best in the world. After me, the way it's always been.
Feel like I'm king and a pirate, give me the choice and I'm choosing the violence. I don't give a fuck if you like it, all of this bullshit, they give me excitement.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I mean, they think they're all slick. They think they can stay away from me. Yeah, they put Kurt Andrews as the #1 contender because it'd be too obvious, right? It'd be too obvious if it was that Rotunda dude. It'd be way too obvious if it was Chandler Marcy. Nah, man. No. Nah, Gotti crime family's behind all this shit. Who else would try to do some pussy-ass bullshit like this? Put out a goddamn bounty. And I know, Kurt, I looked that man right in the fucking eye, and I told him, I tried to help him out, thinking that we at least were on the same foot, that we wanted the same thing, but no, he just wants the money. Listen, whatever happens to Jacob and Sean later, don't worry about it. You know, GCF, they can do whatever they're gonna do against them, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to get ready. When we go to Manhattan, when we end up there, I want you to have eyes at all times on Gotti, on Rotunda, on Marcy. I want all those dudes followed every goddamn second. I don't want them to take a piss without me knowing. You got it? John Gotti thinks that he's got us by the balls. I'm about to ruin that motherfucker.
Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more.
It is going to be a test of wills for so many men at Battle at Broadway. And of course, most of all, the three men fighting for the Raw Championship. They are going to be tested more than probably they ever have in their entire careers. But meanwhile, the man who defeated Lancelot in the 3 strikes match and made history has his own test to endure. Garrett Gibson getting set to go up against Braddock. Braddock saying, you are not an underground wrestler. And Gibson, he's gonna have to prove himself every opportunity. And here's yet another time for him to do that, because it's Dagonite coming in. They call him the giant killer. He is exceptionally dangerous, even among men his size. And Garrett Gibson gladly stepped to this opportunity. How many men could you say would do something like that? Wearing the same hat that he wore ahead of his 3 strikes match. Gibson returning to the fold for his first match since that historic event when he defeated Lancelot. It took almost an hour of pitched combat for Gibson to prevail, but when he sent Lancelot through the top of the steel cell through a table and then decapitated him with the All-American clothesline, he proved himself to be one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet, Apex champion or not. And you can see how much pride he takes in what he's done, because he has not blinked an eye at facing Braddock, one of the legends of the underground, much like Lancelot. And Braddock challenged him. He said, "You are not an underground wrestler, you're a wannabe." Well, Gibson stepped up. Look at Gibson leaving the jacket on. I wonder if this is similar to what we saw Kristin Sakamoto doing, that he's trying to cover up some of the injuries, some of the lingering injuries that he might have from the 3 strikes match. Lancelot did the same thing against Devin Andrews, especially against underground wrestlers. You do not want to give your opponent anything to work with. So Gibson does not want to reveal any sort of information to Braddock that maybe Braddock could use when it comes to the Manhattan Center. But now Garrett Gibson, look at the clubbing blows on the chest of Dagonite. Gibson really laying it in. And this is the sort of thing, you know, Braddock, obviously he's sort of a gatekeeper for the underground, given what he's done, given his history. Same with Lancelot. But when you see someone like Garrett Gibson, what he's willing to do, what he's able to do, this is the sort of thing we've seen him take on the underground stylings. And this is an underground hallmark. You try to get into your opponent's head, you try to intimidate him. Obviously, this isn't going to win the match, but it's all about getting into his head, and Garrett Gibson has mastered that. He defeated Lancelot in an underground rules match. But now Dagonite with a double-handed chokeslam on the outside. Dagonite, of course, part of Reaper District 7, trained at the Reaper camp. One of the most well-known schools in the underground. And Dagonite, Igris, Queen Alexia, they take a lot of pride in being from there. So this is a great tune-up for Garrett Gibson to go up against Braddock, a man who has coached members of the Reaper camp before. He's taught there. So Braddock, of course, no stranger to Dagonite in his style. So Garrett Gibson trying to make a statement in the ripcord knee strike. Just blasted Dagonite right under the chin. Cover, and Garrett Gibson. Talk about a statement. Gibson just waxed Dagonite. And like I said, Gibson, you don't want to reveal the extent of the injuries, and he will not. That's a big win and a big statement. Braddock from behind. Talk about a statement. Braddock is making one. And he's made this thing physical. One-on-one with Garrett Gibson. I don't know if you would call this an underground strategy or not, but it could be effective. We don't know what kind of injuries Gibson has. And Braddock, this certainly cannot be helping matters. 2 weeks away from the battle at Broadway. In all my years in this war, I have feared no man. And I believe Omega Woods too walks without fear. But this is only because he has never confronted a demon. He has not walked the paths that I have. He has never conquered the men I had to destroy to survive. He is weak. He is haunted still by history makers and Halloween bringers, the men who brought this world crashing down around him. Omega Woods, the demons may have conquered you, but they bow to me. This is the era of chaos, an age of pandemonium that only one man can control. You and Lancelot are ships in a vast ocean, desperate for a lighthouse to help guide you before the waters take you forever. I am those waters, and there will be no lighthouse in Manhattan. There will be only pain, despair, and loss for you, because I am undefeated, unbroken, unbeatable, and I will destroy all those in my path. This new age is not for you, for it is mine.
Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go.
We gotta at least respect that Pretty Bad Deal is trying to put on a brave face here, given what they had to endure last week at the hands of the Demon Wolves, John Gotti's newest team. And Gotti insists that the Demon Wolves are not here for the Las Vegas connection for Derrick Cole, not even for Pretty Bad Deal. But obviously we saw earlier on that Cole, he doesn't believe a word of that, and frankly, I'm not sure I do either. Because here they are, Jacob Ace and Sean Alexander, and they will give the Demon Wolves their first match. So let's see how much Gotti is willing to stick to this story. And could the Demon Wolves possibly dethrone the tag team champions?
It was night today when you entered the space of me.
Demon Wolves, a terrifying specter. We don't even know their names. All we know is that they are incredibly dangerous men, and anyone in the employ of John Gotti and the Gotti crime family are not to be trifled with. These men certainly fall under that category. And believe John Gotti or not about why he might have brought them in now, I certainly can tell you that this is not going to be fun. So now seeing the Demon Wolves in action for the first time, we'll see exactly who John Gotti brought in, what they're like. And an early submission here, right near the ropes. The referee calling for a break-in. Jacob Ace gets right in there, and he takes a vicious assault in a German from the Demon Wolves. This is a strong man, you can tell. Now going up top, Alexander already in trouble, working in a 2-on-1 deficit and a flying shoulder tackle. Tag in, the Demon Wolves have gone to work here. As Alexander, he's got to recover, jawbreaker. I don't know if Ace is back up on the apron yet. Alexander needs some kind of support here already as the Demon Wolves came in, much as we've seen in several other contests here. Potential injuries from competitors. There is Jacob Ace finally able to get back up, cover. And a kick out from the Demon Wolves, Alexander. Now Alexander going up to the middle rope. Alexander gonna splash on the back. Springboard, leg drop right on the legs. Varied attack from Sean Alexander. That's been a strategy for a Pretty Bad Deal. We've seen it before. Now into the corner, and Alexander taking advantage. So he's obviously more equipped to deal with this man than his teammate. velocity double knee to the chest, and Sean Alexander loving it right now that he's been able to get an advantage here over the Demon Wolves. Cover and a kick out. He needs a tag in support, and it's coming. As now the Demon Wolves could be in a little bit of trouble here against Pretty Bad Deal now, who have the numbers advantage, courtesy of Sean Alexander, and he's going at the legs. He and Jacob Ace know nothing about what the Demon Wolves are going to bring to the table. And Alexander now going to allow Ace into this match. A little support. Ace still fresh. The only man who had yet to be legal in this contest, and immediately Ace might be wishing he had taken a different tact here. Early cover here, Demon Wolves, Ace kicks out. Not a lot of attacks on Jacob Ace so far, but that high angle German that he was not expecting obviously hurt now. Into the corner, tag in. We're gonna get to see a bit of a double team offense here from the Demon Wolves, and it'll be the assisted cross body. High velocity and high angle on the high cross. Frequent tags, Demon Wolves. Again, we don't really know much about them, but obviously they've been teaming for a long time. The chemistry is there. Ace sends him into the corner. Big knife edge chop, and again going at this leg. They've seen the red knee pad, and maybe PBD thinks that that might be an advantage that they would have. Maybe that's a lingering knee injury potentially. Again, I don't know if that's true. We don't even know these guys' names, so I can't tell you their history. I can tell you that Jacob Ace has the cover here, and it's broken up. Demon Wolves looking out for each other as Sean Alexander. Irish whip, he goes over, but now Alexander's left the ring. Double underhooks as Demon Wolves nearly got it, but Jacob Ace fires back. Now we saw the Demon Wolves do that very thing. Springboard, splash, and a kick out of one. It was the double underhook face buster that we saw last week, and now Jacob Ace, I think he just spat something towards the Demon Wolves. The referee had his attention drawn elsewhere. Ace hooks the leg, no! It looks like Alexander's return to the fold. The referee had his attention in two different places, and very nearly PBD able to pick up the win, but the Demon Wolves too strong. Wow, if that doesn't show you what we're dealing with here in the form of the Demon Wolves. Tornado reverse DDT off the middle rope. And they've worked their way all the way back in. The other man was standing ready on the apron, and now into the match he comes. We're at even strength, and a springboard leg drop. Jacob Ace was caught in a bad position, and he wasn't moving after that leg drop. Caught him right in the throat, and now the choke slam. The Demon Wolves absolutely leveling Jacob Ace. The Demon Wolves have the win. I don't know how much we learned about these men, but certainly we know that they're dangerous, and if they are indeed here for the tag team champions, Eddie Hernandez, Yunson Park, they got to be looking over their shoulders. Oh man, that's rich. Congratulations, Midnight. You want a cookie? You returned after losing to a soon-to-be cripple after what my dad is going to do to Santanico and Omega Woods. But all that's even besides the point. You think I fear you, Midnight? You think I'm the same Igris I was a year ago? This ain't no protege. This ain't no sad sack of shit losing to everybody. I am the best on this roster. Yes, you mouth breathers. Everyone says that. But I will be the only one to back these words up. I'll see you at Broadway, Midnight, and I'll bring gore. The Battle at Broadway card is shaping up fast, and we have another announcement concerning the live admission fee 2 weeks from today, Monday, October 3rd. We go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will see a tag team match. Lazara, the former champion, teaming up with Martina Del Sol, one of the most experienced women on the roster, against the two new signings straight out of the underground, Ava and Isis. We will get our first look at both women on the live admission fee. Plus, here is a very special announcement for you. The host of the Battle at Broadway at the Manhattan Center, and I hate to do this, but I guess take it away, Mr. Stefford Drummond. That's right, the big Steph man hosting the Battle at Broadway. You think I'm too proud to take a paycheck? I worked in an industrial plant in some place you never heard of for 30 years. Yes, I'm gonna step up and take this money, but that doesn't mean I have to enjoy watching all of these losers go out there. I mean, come on. You wanna talk about this tag team match? What is the Underground anyway? I know about the Underground. So Ava and Isis, whatever their names were, I don't even know what to say about you. Here's what I will say: I like New York a lot. New York has some nice pizza places and lots of crime, and I guess that's good. Well, I guess I'll just see you at the Manhattan Center. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for the money, and thank you for not making me go back to the industrial plant where I had my industrial accident. And, well, I guess I'll see you all in Manhattan. What a match we have here in the main event. I'm just going to blow right past Stefford Drummond. I don't know how he got that job. I certainly did not sign off on that. But we got to deal with what we got to deal with. Stefford Drummond will be your host for the Battle at Broadway. And Lee Carr could make the biggest statement of the season here against Omega Woods. We got this announcement last week knowing that Lee Carr was going to be here in this position, and what an opportunity it is.
Burn 'em, how much money I be making, I'ma burn 'em, I'ma murk 'em, let the pain with his fire, I'ma burn 'em, murder, it's a murder, disrespect if I'ma spark it, I'ma burn 'em, and I be searching, I be lurking,
Omega Woods, the gunslinger, promised to take 2 pairs of boots on his way to becoming the Raw champion, but we heard Lancelot earlier. It may not be that simple for Omega, and we're talking about 3 men that are feeling motivation like they've never felt before to win this Raw championship at Battle at Broadway. And at least for Lancelot, it's right in his backyard. It's his hometown. And I believe for Omega Woods as well, spent much of his life in New York City. So you're talking about 3 men with connections to each other, to the place, and to the title. Man, what a main event we have ourselves here tonight. Carr immediately trying to go in for the strikes, and Woods! Handspring Pele. Wow, he let loose with that. Lee Carr might be out already. Cover from Woods. Nope. Yeah. Carr with the kick out, and for Woods, I mean, just the heart rate has to be, I mean, it's got to be pounding out of his chest right now. This is his first match back in months since that match with Sam Hunt at Nitro, a match that he lost. Carr feels him off the top. Now a cover from Lee Carr. 2-0. Woods obviously was watching Lancelot last week. He went up against Devin Andrews, another incredibly difficult opponent. Santanico, obviously, since holding the Raw championship, he's been up against some tough guys. Now, Omega Woods. Woods dives through the ropes. DDT! That's something that Woods, we saw him do it against Yunsan Park, the man who helped invent that move and popularize it in general admission wrestling. Omega Woods has taken it for his own. And we saw him do it several times, now pulling it out against Carr. Woods, oh! Backstabber off the suplex base. This is vintage Omega Woods. Exactly what we expect from him in matches like this. Not backing down, not intimidated, doesn't matter the nerves he might be feeling involuntarily. He never shows any of that. And now Carr could be in trouble as Woods stalking him inside the ring. Woods picks the leg. Now it's the knee bar attempt from Omega Woods. Carr caught in the middle of the ring. Woods wrenching that heel back, turning it against the way of Carr's knee, and you can see Omega Woods' knee tucked underneath. Carr able to escape. Woods right into the cover. We've seen this before. No! Folks, next week it's the final episode of Evolution before Battle at Broadway. Gunslinger attempt from Woods. It's turned. Carr with the power slam. Woods went for the Gunslinger. It's a 1 count for Carr, but my goodness, did he come close. Like I said, final episode of Evolution before Battle at Broadway. Igris and Midnight will both be in action. Woods call 485. I was warned that he had totally changed the way that move looks, and it is effective. Omega Woods. Wow. Woods, what a statement. As for Igris and Midnight, they will choose each other's opponents coming up next week, but that is only the beginning. Omega Woods, what a performance. Santanico will be in action next week. Woods and Lancelot will be watching. And boy, did we ever get a treat. Omega Woods is back, and the Gunslinger could be your next Raw champion. Folks, we'll see you on Wednesday for Rookie of the Year. We appreciate you.
Burn 'em. Whop a nigga's bucket, I'ma serve 'em. Spinning on a block.